Hi, I'm Tina. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be creating some fun pages in my Archer and Olive 8x8 square creative notebook. And I'm going to be using stickers from Wrong. This autumn charm is from this year. This one was just released. It has this really cute like Gilmore Girls vibe in here. And I am going to be creating some fun pages related to the Gilmore Girls. So if you are not familiar with that show, it's super cute. I would highly recommend checking it out. And it currently is on Netflix, so if you want to check it out there. I also have Amber Allure, and this one is from last year. This is actually my backup sticker book because I love this book. I've used a lot of the stickers from the first one. So this one is so pretty. I have a lot, like this book is pretty full except for this page. So kind of flipping through this one for you. And both of these books are available. You can actually get these two as a bundle if you wanted to pick those up. And then I will possibly be using some stickers from Junk Journaling. We'll see. I thought I'd pull it. It's a good book to have for like different elements in here. Now, I am an affiliate of Wrong, and if you do decide to pick anything up, I have my link down below, and it will give you an automatic 10% discount. So you could save a little bit of money, and you don't have to worry about putting a code in because it comes up right away. All right, I laid down the groundwork here for these pages. I created my waterfall tabs here, or Dutch doors, and I'm going to just kind of flip through them. I used the long strip stickers from both the Autumn Charm and Amber Allure, these pages right here. And then there's this one in here. So if you want to do something similar, you kind of know which page I used to create these. These are definitely a little time consuming, and I just decided to do this part of it off camera, and then I will decorate the pages with you. Now, if you've never seen this done before, I do have other videos showing how to create these, so I'll go ahead and attach that for you so you can go back and look at that if you're interested in learning how I did these. I did do a couple of things a little bit differently. So I have this first page right here, and this one is going to have a little flip here because I wanted to have more room to write on this page here. So rather than like cut down both of them and have like a tiny little area, I thought that this was a kind of a cool idea. And then I also did the same thing with this page here, giving me more room to write with. And then this page, I kind of made a mistake and I cut the page down. I actually did not mean to do that. I meant to fold it the same way I did here. So I'm going to like kind of reattach this, and you'll see how that comes together. It's the first time I'll be doing that, so we will figure it out together. And then I just have all of these other ones here. So I created these pages. There's a total, I did write on here, you probably can't see it because it's in pencil. It's basically a page section for each of the seasons of Gilmore Girls because I want to dedicate this to writing down some of the fun things that happen in each season from the series. It's such a fun series. I really enjoy it. It's one of like my favorite feel good things to put on. And this right here goes into the last season, and then this one's going to be for a like movie they did, like, or actually it was a 4-part series. That's what I created this page here for. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Here is my plan for these pages. I want to go ahead and put down Gilmore Girls right here. So I think what I want to do is I want to start off with a washi tape on either side, kind of giving it a little bit of like a border here. I think that that would work out nicely. All right, so these are the two washi that I decided on, and I'm going to be speeding things up moving forward here and just kind of talking through this plan with me. So I'm laying down this washi here and of course trimming this out, and I'm going to put the letters kind of between like next to this washi, and then I will be putting that other one like a border to the right of it. The nice thing about the dot grid is that when I'm laying down letters, it's kind of like makes things easier because I've got something there to use to lay them down straight. So I really like using the dot grid. All right, so now I'm going to kind of just talk through my process here because I had not picked out any of the stickers that I plan to use on these pages. But I tore out that page there that had like mostly all the Gilmore Girls stickers on there. So I knew I wanted to really use pretty much everything on there. I'm just kind of going through these other pages here and gathering all of the stickers. Now, when I'm dealing with a lot of pages, I do like to do this because it sort of helps me kind of plan things out a little bit before I just start laying things down. So flipping through the sticker book and grabbing all of the ones that are like Gilmore Girl related, and that way I have like everything in front of me, and that way it avoids me from having to go back to the book and constantly flip through it. Now what I'm doing is trying to figure out exactly how I want to place these down onto the pages. So I like to use my sticker backing sheets for that. I will keep like spare sticker sheets, like once I'm done with a page in a sticker book, I always like to keep those pages. The ones that work the best are the ones that are on like the clear sticker paper, the clear stickers that are on that paper. So now I'm just kind of figuring things out before I actually go ahead and start laying things down. And I liked this cluster. It's already made cluster. So I decided to put this on this side here. And I'm going to be adding in this wording, I'd rather be in Stars Hollow, which of course is the town where Gilmore Girls takes place. And I really wanted to just like create a very decorative couple of pages here, not really a lot of room for writing. So I'm actually taking this girl here and I'm placing her over this cluster of stickers because I just thought that that kind of like framed out perfectly. It's like a nice backdrop for the girl. Now you will see me like putting stickers on the back of my hand. That does help me to remove some of the adhesive from the sticker. That way, if I do need to reposition the sticker, it's so much easier if I've already removed some of the tackiness. Okay, so now I am onto the left side and I'm trying to stick to what I kind of planned out here with the placement. I decided I wanted to add in this cute little sticker. It says Hometown Autumn here, but I just really wanted it the hometown part of it. So I cut it in half and I'm placing it on this sticker here. I actually got that sticker out of the junk journaling sticker book. There's a lot of really cute little elements in that book. And I thought that that would be kind of cute on the back of that. Placing down a couple of larger box stickers, I thought that it would be kind of fun to just kind of write a synopsis of what the show is all about into these boxes rather than just putting them on the page. All right, now with this washi tape, I decide that I want to create more of a jagged edge, more of like a torn type of edge. So I'm going to use my X-Acto knife here to start things off and kind of gingerly tear up on this because I don't want to tear it completely off. And I'm also tearing behind that sticker so that way it's not behind that clear sticker. So you kind of see how I wiggle that off of there. And now I'm just going to add in a few little stickers in here, a few little elements onto these pages. All right, I am using my Tombow marker here just to kind of create an area. It looks like she's kind of walking through, and I thought that that was really cute, as opposed to just like putting a whole lot of stickers down. Now I do add in a lot of like leaf stickers on here. You will see later though, I kind of change it up. I feel like it ends up being a little bit too busy with all of the leaves, but you will see that much later. All right, now it's on to the next page, and this one I want to write all of the characters in the show. So I'm going to create some borders here first, and I have that little flip there that I have to figure out how I want to decorate that. Definitely know that the characters wording is going to go down there. So I'm just trying to figure out, well, what other stickers I want to have on there. So right now I'm putting the characters heading on here with these yellow stickers, and I'm going to add my washi. But before I actually cut the washi, I'm kind of figuring out, well, how do I want to place these trees down? I like the way that that torn look looks on the washi, so I decided to go ahead and create that on this washi as well. So I am tearing the right side here, again, very gingerly up. And then I do decide that I like that on the left side as well. So this one is a little bit more tedious because I really need to just tear a tiny little bit. So you see me kind of guiding it down to make sure that I don't tear the washi completely off. I do end up putting these trees down here at the bottom. I think that's really cute. Wasn't quite sure if I wanted to wrap the trees around to the other side. I actually decided to just cut the little excess of the trees that are hanging over off here, but you will see me use them in a little while. So here I decided to add a couple of boxes. I figured, well, maybe I'll just write like the two main characters' names on these boxes and just see where I go from there. Didn't really have a lot of writing room on that little flap, so just decorating it and making it look cohesive when it's like open like that with the cut page to the left. All right, now I'm on to some big stickers here. This big sticker is Luke's Diner, and when you're dealing with large stickers, you really want to make sure that where you place them is where you want them to go, because even though you remove the tackiness, they can be a little tricky to have to pull back up. Using my Tombow here again to add a little bit of character at the bottom, making it look like it's really just the street right in front of that building. All right, here is another washi. I like the way that that looks on the side, so I do continue to do that moving forward on all of the pages, and then of course creating that like torn look with it. All right, here is where I decide to add that little piece of the trees on the bottom page. I thought that that was really cute. I'm putting this colorful box next to it, and when it's flipped, it just looks like it's like one sticker. All right, here I am adding in season one, writing this in here. I'm really not like great with lettering, but I do the best that I can. So sometimes it will go over things and fill it in a little bit. Now for this one, I decide I'm going to go ahead and decorate this one page before I continue to write like the seasons on the rest of the pages that are following. Thought I would kind of see how this first one works out and then go from there. So I'm adding that little washi strip sticker on there, that green like grid. And now I want to find a girl because of course this flap is a little bit small. So really the only thing I could do with it is decorate it. So I'm trying to figure out which girl I like the best. And I like this one here with her arm up. She's wearing this really cute sweater. It's got leaves on it. And then I also really like this quote right here. This one says, "Hello, autumn, misty mornings, cozy nights, crunchy leaves, and pumpkin spice." I think that is so cute and it goes so well with her. I like the way that she's stretching and she just fits in here like perfectly. And of course, I want to add a few leaves in here. So I like this one that looks like it's kind of like on a banner, but I decided to split it. And then that way I could put it on either side of the washi strip sticker. All right, I decide I don't like the angle of this one. So I'm going to pull it up very carefully And you see I start at one end and then I have to move to the other side because it does start to tear the paper a little bit. So that's definitely a tip that I have for you. If you are pulling up a sticker and you notice that you're having difficulty, just try to pull it from the other corner. All right, now we are moving on to a larger sticker. This Luke sticker is a big sticker, and I do take the tackiness off of it, and I realize I need to kind of like reposition this a little bit. Now, that's the one thing when you are repositioning stickers, they will like start to roll on you once you get them up. So it can be a little bit more tricky once you are actually trying to like reposition it down. So obviously you want to try to place it down correctly the first time to avoid having to like pick it up, because once you do pick up the stickers, it is a little bit trickier for you to like kind of manage them and lay them down straight again. All right, I really like this quote. It's super cute. Coffee, please, and a shot of cynicism. But I didn't want that Luke's coffee mug, so I decided to cut that off. And I want to pair that quote with this girl looking down at her coffee cup. I thought that that was really cute together. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit more deco onto the corner here of the page. Really don't want to add a lot of stickers like throughout the pages themselves. I want to leave the plenty of room for me to write things in here. So I'm trying to figure out the placement of this really pretty bunch. I really like that color scheme. It's so pretty with the pumpkins and the like florals in there. Really just kind of the fall leaves. I think that that's really pretty. So now I'm going to add another one of those next to that girl and the quote. And this one actually is the perfect size, fits in here beautifully. All right, now we're on to season 2, and I am erasing some of the pencil that I used on here. I always like to blueprint things out with pencil first. I really like the way that that first page turned out, so now I'm going to just continue to go ahead and add in the headings for the remainder of the pages following all the way through the seasons. All right, now I am on to this page right here where I accidentally cut off the paper. I didn't mean to cut that off. I meant to fold it back the way that I did on the 2 previous pages, but I'm going to go ahead and resolve that, and I'm going to use some washi to adhere it. But I want to make sure that this is staying nice and secure before I start like positioning the washi. So that's the reason why I put that little piece of washi on the right side of it, just to kind of hold it in place while I am laying down this like main washi here. Of course, you want to lay it down straight. That way you have enough room on the bottom page and the page that you're adhering. All right, now it's time for me to find a girl to put on here because that has been working out pretty nicely. So I like this taller girl. She's a bigger girl. I got her from the Amber Allure PET tape. And I'm going to pair her with some of this like watercolors that I have down here. So I'm going to kind of like border this at the bottom and at the top. And she's going to fit really nicely on there. Now I really want to make sure that that flap is going to be nice and secure on there. So finding a sticker to put on the opposite side across where it's attached is one of the next things that I want to figure out. But I'm also trying to figure out some of these quotes here. I have this really cute sticker saying fall is for watching Gilmore Girls, and I really wanted to go into the season one. I feel like that's where it should be. But I didn't want to have a whole like repeat of Gilmore Girls being shown. So I decided to put it behind the flap, and I think that works out really nicely. Now I did save this washi that I had trimmed from the previous page. So that actually came in handy. I was able to use that in this page right here. And I do kind of like bounce around here a little bit. So now I'm actually on to season 3 page, and I really like this like fall foliage again with the pumpkins. And I'm just going to kind of border this up. I don't have a flap for this page, so this is just as is. The room that I have to work with is really like what you see here. There's no flap to give me a little extra room. So I really just kind of want things to be on the minimal side here. All right, now I'm okay with that. And now I decide to come back over here and figure out what I want to do on this inside flap. So I decide I'm going to go ahead and continue with adding the washi on the inside there, because I do like the way that that looks. Decided to use the washi because I didn't really have enough other like long strip stickers to use, so bringing in the washi and those colors was perfect. All right, I found my big sticker here, and I want this to lay across where that page is going to fold. That is going to really kind of like secure things up for me. And now I'm just removing the washi behind the sticker because it is a clear sticker, so that washi is shadowing through. So I'm kind of gingerly tearing this up and also creating that like jagged edge that I really like. All right, folding the sticker, making sure that it's nice and secure. Then I'm going to add this cute little autumn sticker across the fold as well. So that will really kind of like shore it up there. I like these leaves. These are cute. It adds just like something extra down here. And just one more sticker here in the corner. Now I am moving on to the next pages here, which you saw that I had already begun, but I'm moving back to them now. Sometimes that's what happens. I'll just like bounce around. I'll get a certain idea and kind of go back and forth, or sometimes I'll just get stuck somewhere. So rather than wasting time on one page, I'll just like move on. All right, here I decide I am grabbing this cute like vintage frame from the junk journaling sticker book, and rather than using it as like a box to write in, I decide to cut it at a diagonal, creating kind of a backdrop here. So I am putting it between the pages because I really like that idea, and I'm going to use it as a backdrop for this girl. And I think that that is really cute. And I'm bringing in this Kim's Antiques sign. So bringing in the vintage frames I thought was perfect for this page, since I was putting the sign for Kim's Antiques on there. All right, we are moving on now to season 4 page. And of course, I'm adding in my washi, keeping with the same style throughout. I really like the way that this falls. Like you could see the Gilmore Girls there on the left, and then the season 4 just kind of falls in there perfectly. And that's what I try to do with these pages. I want them to look cohesive as I open them up. So I always take into consideration what it is I'm laying down on that left side and that first pages. I really just want to keep the pages very open. So the decorations that I'm adding, you noticing, are just kind of like, are either in the corners or just like in the center, but very limited. I really like this one. There is a subtle magic in the falling of old leaves. Thought that that was perfect next to the girl holding that leaf in front of her face. And I really like her kind of like sitting on top of that watercolor sticker. All right, I do have this little like cutout because when I did these Dutch doors, I had that little cutout. So I want to fill it in above the season here. So I am grabbing this sticker with these little leaves and I'm just kind of cutting them up to fill in that space the best that I can. I really like the way that it falls in place, like right next to the Gilmore Girls. That looks so cute. All right, we are on to season 5, and here we are using more of this. I think it's the same color washi. I did try to like switch it out a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit different color. And now I want to bring in this bookstore theme. This picture is so cute. It looks like a little Polaroid, just kind of taped in the book. Wasn't quite sure where I wanted to put this girl, and she's actually holding a little basket of apples, which I end up cutting the basket off because I didn't really like that in here. And I got these stickers, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to cluster these onto the page. Do I want it like in the bottom corner? Or do I want it in the upper corner? I end up putting it in the upper right corner. I'm just kind of figuring it all out here before I actually start laying anything down. When I create a cluster, I kind of like to have a mix of these 3 items, something that's solid, something that is decorative, and then something that might have a little bit more of a pattern. That way it all kind of like balances out. Now, I really liked the idea of putting her with the cluster, but I didn't want her taking up a whole lot of like space of writing on that side. So I decided to put her in the middle there. And then I'm adding in this cute little sticker. But before I do that, I am going to add my little jagged edge here. And by adding the jagged edge, it actually removes the washi that's sitting behind that clear sticker and shadowing through. All right, I am on to the season 6 pages here, and I really like this girl with the blonde hair, and I also love this quote here, drink coffee like a Gilmore girl. However, I don't like the image that is with this quote, so I am cutting out that image, and I plan to pair that with this girl with the blonde hair. So this gets a little bit tricky, and you'll see how this comes together in just a little bit. I have one strip sticker left and I saved it for this page right here because I think it goes so well. I really wanted to have this collage together with the quote and the girl, and I liked that lamppost. So I was trying to figure that out. I do end up getting everything down here, but you see, I end up like piecing things together. So I'm trying to fit her in to this like little nook area, and there's a gap. So now it's just kind of like, now I need to fill that gap because otherwise it just, to me, it looks a little weird. So I'm taking the little remnants from the piece that I cut off and I am just piecing it together, trying to figure out exactly how I want this to all come together. This definitely was a little tedious. I like the way that it ends up, but you'll see what happens in a few minutes here. All right, I finally get it together. I'm pretty happy with it for the most part. But then, I don't know, something about this lamppost was just not sitting right with me. Maybe because I had that washi sticker next to it, it just looked weird. So this actually ends up moving. I end up moving this to the bottom right corner. Now I'm stuck with this kind of white gap between that washi strip sticker and this little cluster here. So I'm thinking, well, if I throw this mug up here, that might like fill that in and be okay. So I keep moving on here. I thought I'm going to bring this gazebo in here. I know I used it on the first pages. This one has the fall trees behind it, so I really like that. All right, here it is. I decide I can't take it. I don't like that gap. So now I have to move everything over that I had pieced together. And this was definitely tedious. Sometimes I'll just get like fixated on something and it's just like I can't let it go. And really that's what happened here. So in the end, I do like the way that it turns out. Uh, did it take me forever to do? Yes, absolutely. Do I recommend that you do that? Absolutely not. Like, don't get caught up on something. Don't pick up my bad habits, I guess is really what I'm saying. Just try to pick up my good habits. All right, now I am putting this girl here with this lamppost. And again, I am like struggling. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like the perspective of that lamppost was just not working for me. Finally, I'm happy with it. So I think that that looks really cute together with that girl. She's kind of like in front of it a little bit. Okay, now I am adding in this strip of these really cute like pumpkins at the bottom here. And I think that turned out great. All right, I am on to, I think this is the last page. Yes, the last page that I decorate. Now for this one, I add in, of course, the washi, and I'm going to create a cluster here. So I have gathered a few stickers already. I really like this quote. It's just my favorite time of the year. The whole world changes color. However, I did not want the wreath to come with it. I really like the quote, so I cut it out and I actually end up putting it onto that shaded box. So I want to create this cluster here. I've got my solid box, I've got my shaded box, and I'm going to create this on the sticker paper before I actually lay it onto the page. So I'm adding a torn edge here, and I really like the way that that looks. And I'm adding my quote onto that shaded box. And now I'm going to add that tear look to the top there. So just very carefully, I'm tearing that up so that way I don't end up tearing the actual page too far down. All right, so now I'm bringing in this cute little wreath. I've got my quote, and I'm going to add this little like leaf element in here, and it's going to be ready for me to now move onto the page. And you see I already have a girl picked out that I want to go ahead and lay on top of this. But first I want to get this cluster down on the page. And I think that that is so cute. So here she goes. She matches so beautifully with that. However, it's a little bit dark behind here, so I will go ahead and white out that portion that's like kind of shadowing through. And I really like the way that that turns out. All right, it is done. I used the Junk Journaling sticker book, just a few stickers from there. Autumn Charm and Amber Allure sticker books. I love working with these together. They're so beautiful. And here is the final outcome of these pages. Let's do a flip through of this. That way you can see exactly how this worked out. I think it's so pretty. I did take some of those leaves that I had originally put on here off. It just was a little busy looking for me. I think it looks a little bit better. I have room on here to write a synopsis of the show. Now I am into my characters page here where flip over gives me plenty of room to fill out what I would like to fill out in here. There's a lot of characters in this show, so I felt like I kind of needed a lot more room. I like the way that that big sticker looks at the bottom. Looks like a nice little story down there. All right, season one looks cute. This one also has a flap on here. Really like this sticker here. Coffee, please, and a shot of cynicism. And then, of course, I have that other little sticker there with the girl. And I like the Luke sticker at the top corner. That's where the show starts off, in Luke. So I thought that that was really cute idea to put that there. And my intent is really to just kind of write what each season's about, maybe the highlights. There's a lot of fast talking in the show, and there's like a lot of fun quotes, a lot of like throwback quotes, a lot of like pulp culture references. Obviously, the show is old now, but I definitely remember like what they're referring to in most of the things that they talk about in the show. I like the way that this flap ended up being adhered on here. It worked out pretty nicely. And honestly, it's not something that I'm going to be in flipping back and forth a lot. So it works out really nicely. So if you ever need to like add a flap in, using the washi, shoring it up on the back side with a sticker or additional washi works out great. And I like the way that this worked out when I flip over here to season three. It looks really nice, like to the left side, just kind of like all blends together with this antique frame with the Kim's Antique sticker. Was like perfect. All right, here we are again. I really like the way that that flips over. You could see the Gilmore Girls. You see it's season four. Plenty of room for me to go ahead and write in there. Now on this next page, I like the way this one turned out. I do realize that on the left side, I didn't quite fill in that little area that is kind of cut out, but it still looks really nice. I might fill it in later. We'll see what happens. All right, here we are with this crazy little cluster that I put together. That definitely was a little bit tricky, but in the end, I do like the way that it came together. It looks really cute, and it's exactly the way I envisioned it. All right, and the last page right here is very blank, except for that cluster at the top left there. And I like it. I've got plenty of room here to write things out the way that I want to. And then I do have this last couple of pages here that I did not get to. I'm okay with that. I will fill that out later. I honestly, I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do that. So love the way that this turned out. It's super fun. Loved using these sticker books from Wrong Wrong. Now I am an affiliate of Wrong Wrong. So if you do decide to pick anything up, I greatly appreciate if you use my affiliate link. It is down below in the description, and you will receive an additional 10% off with that. It's an automatic discount. You don't have to worry about using any code. And I know that the Autumn Charm and the Amber Allure, you can get them as a bundle if you choose to get both of them. I believe that that is still available. This was a lot of fun to put together, a lot of pages to do. That's the reason why I like to kind of speed things up, but also talk them through with you. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Please be sure to subscribe and make sure when you do, you hit that notification bell and drop me a comment down below. Let me know, do you watch Gilmore Girls, or maybe you plan to check them out? All right, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you watched this through till the end, leave me a leaf emoji, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.